Alright, welcome back to my channel, Keep It Real. Alright, right here we got in front of us. It's similar to the same thing that I got in my last one, but only thing is different is just the chicken. That is a little different from the other one. And then the vegetables, I'm just going to be using the onion this time. Everything else is similar to everything else and then the other one. I just wanted to switch it up and see how this one tastes. The last one came out to be good, but I want to see how this one is going to turn out. So let's go ahead and cut up this and get this on the road. Alright, as y'all can see, I already start cutting the steak. I end up cutting them in strips, but you can cut them in any pieces that you want to cut them up. My knife was dull, so I was having a little problem cutting them. Y'all can see that. But these steaks, they was thin. No excuses, man. My knife was dull. It would have cut through. So back to the food. These was kind of long. On the video, it don't look long, but these was kind of long, so I cut them again one time through the middle. And out through the steaks, I did the same thing. So I'm gonna finish this off, and then we can just move to the next one. Alright, as y'all can see that I already started cutting the chicken into strips. I was thinking about cutting this chicken in half so I can make two of them out of it. But instead, this knife was really dull. The chicken was thick enough so I can make two of them out of it. But instead, I did not want to ruin the chicken with this dull knife. But instead of me doing that, I ended up cutting the chicken again in half. So in this angle, in this close-up that y'all can see with this chicken, obviously it's a lot more bigger than the steak pieces. But they was long. So what I did with that, I did it the same way what I did with the steaks. I cut them in half. I just wanted to basically even it out. I could have left everything in strips with the steaks how the way I could have did it, but I didn't. I cut up everything, so I just wanted to even everything out. So I'm just gonna finish cutting this up, and then we can just move on to the next one. Alright, right here we are on our chicken and our steak cut up in strips, mixed in already together. Over here we have our seasonings. Seasonings will be down below, but these seasonings that I like to be using, it have no salt in it besides the seasoning salt or sea salt. Those are the only two salt base that I use. Everything else, no salt, because it give it more of the flavor. Alright, let's get to the fun. Let's go ahead and add in these seasonings. I'm gonna start off with the seasoning salt. I didn't put that much seasoning salt just because I'm gonna add in some more seasoning salt to it later on once I end up blending everything together. With this seasoning that I'm using, I'm not gonna be stingy with it. I'm gonna be a little heavy-handed with this seasoning because, like I said, it don't have no salt in it. So you do not have to worry about this food gonna be tasting salty, or you put too much, it's gonna be salty. No, it's not. I did a couple of experience with no salt based seasonings. A lot of y'all probably did too, but some of y'all have not. Try it out. You'll be amazed of what type of taste buds or what type of tastes that you can get creative and your taste buds would be tasting. But yeah, though, let's get back on track. But yes, I ended up putting, I was heavy-handed with the paisley, with the green paisley. I put in pepper. I was knocking on it because I was running low, so I had to try to put in what I got in up in there. So now we're gonna use our hands. We're gonna go ahead and mix this in. We're gonna try to make this video short because all of my other videos, they've been kind of long. So let's try to make a video and try to cut this one as short as I can, but still for everybody can see what's going on at the same time. But blend it in, and we're just gonna move on to the next thing because we're gonna season it one more time. Alright, let's go ahead and start on the second round of the seasoning. I already started with the seasoning salt. Y'all probably didn't see that, but you probably did. And then with the second seasoning, I went a little heavy-handed on it, but not as heavy-handed as the first time, because this is the taste that I'm looking for. All of the other flavor and the taste is there, but this is the flavor that I'm looking for, is the seasoning that I put in. I hit it up with a little more of the paisley, the green paisley, and then I hit it up a little more with the black pepper. I hit a little more left in there, so I try to dump the rest of that out of there. And no, it did not come out peppery either. So once I finish dumping this up in there, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna put our hands back in, and we're gonna blend everything up. And let's go ahead and keep it short. Blend it up, and let's move on to the next one. All right. Over here on the side, we already got our bread set up. So I already preheated the oven already. Man, don't worry about the stove. It's an old century stove, so we ain't gonna show too much of the stove. We're gonna try not. So we're gonna dump the bread in. We're gonna get that started up while we can get this, get the food on. I already got the skillet preheated with some butter. We're gonna go ahead and just dump this in. We'll try to dump it in. Because, I set it in the refrigerator for a minute. If I forgot about that part, I'm sorry. Sit it in the refrigerator once you're done seasoning, for everything can stick together. It's up to you how long you want to leave it in. I left mine in for like 15 minutes. And then dump it in, let everything cook together. And plus, it don't take that long for everything to cook, because everything is cut up in strip and cut up in small pieces. So it did not even take that long. So cook until done. Let's move to the next one. Alright, so this is how this is going to turn out once everything is done cooking. I end up putting a little more butter in it. Just a little more of the taste, you can say, man. That's what I guess you want to call it, man. So I put in a little more butter if I can just give it some more of the taste and put some more juice up into it, because it was juicy. Everything was tender, because everything did not have to take that long to cook. So you can always check your food too. The chickens you can break apart, the steaks you can tear apart. You can look inside and you can see if everything is done or not. But let's move to the next one. Alright, and then with this right here, we took the bread out, that y'all can see that, and then we're gonna put the meat on the top of the bread. With our bread, it's like halfway done and halfway not, because I don't want it to be too hard when I cut into it or whatnot. Some like the crunch, some not. So I just left it like half and half. So the outside I have a little hard into it, and then the inside is a little soft. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and load this up, and then we're going to move to the cheese. Let's move to this next one. Alright, I almost forgot about the onions, man. So I can't put the cheese on when I put in the onions on. So once you're done filling your bread up with the meat, you want to go ahead and put your onions on. You can cut your onions up in whatever sizes or pieces that you want to cut them up. This is the sizes that I wanted to go with, because it just felt like it would have went along with it. What I mean by that, it like fit, go proper or whatnot. And then once I put the cheese on, everything will go in play. But let me show you how that one goes. I should have put more cheese, but it came out anyway. Let's move to the next one. Alright, let's go ahead and take this up out of here, man. Let's see how this came out. Like I said, I should have put a little more cheese, but I ain't worried though. Everything came out, man. With this right here, you can put it with anything, man. I mean anything. Macaroni, spaghetti, or whatever you think of that you wanted to put for a side dish, man. Cut these up into strips or whatever. Cut them up in slices, or just cut them up in half, or put it to a sandwich, or whatever you want to do with it. I put a little more green paisley on the top of it to give it a little more of the taste. This came out to be really good. Get at me. It's called Keep It Real. I'm keeping it real with you, my dude, my family, my females. Try this out, man. You're gonna fall in love with it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep it real. This is what I hand in my crib. What y'all got in y'all's. I know y'all can hook it up a lot more better than what I did with this. Keep it real with me. I do it taste.